Hello, and I am here to name 10 hot takes that I think will happen. These aren't necessarily just hot takes in everybody's opinion, but like these are 10 things that most people I think would consider that I think will happen. And what I want to start off with is at number 10, that Jay and the Rockets will be a really good team. Most people don't even have them in the playoffs. But in my opinion, this is the best Rockets team that they've had since like Hakeem. Those Rockets with like Clyde, which I still think is better, but you get my point. I love this. I think this team. I do think they will be like the lead in the West, because the West is still stacked. If you like it or not, this is still stacked. But some people don't have the Rockets in the playoffs, and I just majorly disagree. I just think it's crazy that some people don't have the Rockets in the playoffs. I just... Whoa. The most hardened move I've ever seen. But at number 9, ooh. Is this necessarily a hot take? But I think Giannis will not be top 5 in the MVP argument. Because, like, no matter how big of a Bucks fan you are, unless you're a sore loser, you have to admit Giannis is not getting 3 MVPs in a row. And I am not a Giannis hater. I like Giannis. Like, it's not that I'm a Giannis hater or a Bucks hater. Because my team beat Giannis's team. So I can't hate on them in 2019 conference finals. So I can't hate on them. There's no reason for me to hate them. Okay, I do not hate the Bucks. But I'm going to say this right now. Giannis isn't winning MVP this year or being top 5. Because I think a lot of people can agree that he's not winning MVP this year. But a lot of people are going to disagree he's not top 5. I think this year's top 5 will look like Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and I think Stephen Curry will come back. And that is in no order. Just keep that in mind. I just think those will be the top 5 candidates. I think Steph Curry will have another breakout season. I don't think Curry's going to win MVP. I do think Luka is, but I think that Curry is going to be about 4 or 3 for the MVP voting. He's just such a great three-point shooter, as you can see in the gameplay. He is going off from deep. So, just the point is, Curry is the greatest three-point shooter of all time. What he can do on the offense below. And as we go on, defense starts to get less and less and less and less important every season. So if like a prime Curry in 20 years would crap on the league, because defense is like, that's why I think Karl Anthony Towns has so much potential, or why I think he'll be so good. Like because when he already is. Because defense is going to start to matter less and less. I'm not saying you can have a team with the 10 best scorers that are, like, I'm not saying you can have a starting lineup of Muggsy Bogues, or like a starting lineup of like Muggsy Bogues. Well, I don't know, but like, you get the point. I'm not saying you can have a starting lineup of the 5 defenders at every position in NBA history. But what I'm getting at is that in 2030, you're gonna need a less defensive team than you are in 2021. And now, but anyway, moving on. Number 8. I think that, well, I don't know about this one. Is this a ridiculous hot take? No. Do I think that people will agree with me? Potentially. But I am not a LeBron hater, but I do think LeBron will take a jump down. A huge jump down. Well, not a huge one, but like, he'll still be in my top 5 in MVP, but I mean like a huge jump from what he currently is. Number 7, I just have to address this. Talen Horton-Tucker is the most overrated thing I've ever seen. Talen Horton-Tucker is getting really overrated. But yeah, that's all I have to say for that. At number 6. This one is very debatable, but I think Chris Paul is the best point guard in the league. We're not counting, well, Kyrie and stuff is back, so yeah. We're not counting injured players, though. Keep that in mind. I do think Chris Paul's the best point guard in the league, though. Kyrie Irving, like, couldn't prove to us that he couldn't do anything without KD, so that shows he's not a true leader, and that's why I think that Boston team failed so badly in 2018. Because Kyrie's not a true leader. He needs someone like LeBron or KD to help him. So I do think, but now let's move on to Steph Curry. This is the real hot take. Some people, like Chris Paul and Kyrie Irving, most people are pretty even. Some people have Kyrie Irving, some people have Chris Paul. And we all know how good of a leader Chris Paul is. I'm not even going to go on that topic. He's a ridiculously good leader. Like, if there's a leader stat in 2K, bro, 99. Like, the point is, Chris Paul's an amazing leader. And then when we get to Curry, this is going to be hard. I don't know. Because Curry's going to prove to me this season. Because he's always had help. This isn't legacy standing like people are saying. No, I just feel like for Curry to be the best point guard in the league, he's got to prove to me. Same with Chris Paul. Like, if you saw my playoff prediction video, I had Phoenix as the 8th seed. So I'm pretty confident that Chris Paul is gonna be a good player. Or I'm confident in Chris Paul's team, sorry, is what I meant to say. I'm confident. But if he doesn't prove to me, then Curry will be the best point guard in the league. I don't think Kyrie will be in the I don't. But the last player I want to talk about in the debate is Damian Lillard. I did say I think Damian Lillard will be top 5 in MVP, same with Steph Curry. But the same problem. Every year, because you gotta admit, 2019 was a fluke. And I'm gonna say that right for the Blazers. Right now, 2019 was a fluke. The Thunder series was a fluke in the second round. I feel like they're worthy to beat the Nuggets. I don't think that was a fluke. But in the conference finals, they got crushed for a reason. I just feel like Chris Paul will be the best point guard. Steph Curry is obviously a monster, as you can see in the gameplay. Not only in 2K, but in real life. And I love Stephen Curry. I'm not even going to act like I don't like Stephen Curry. An amazing player, an amazing guy. I just feel like Chris Paul has to prove, same with Steph, but Steph has to prove to me that he can be a leader. Because the reason I think Chris Paul is the best point guard in the league currently is because I have to see how Curry can do without a Thompson, without an all-star on the team, unless Andrew Wiggins starts to actually become half decent, or half decent to compared to what he was supposed to be, aka LeBron James. Like, I don't understand how people compare Andrew Wiggins to LeBron James. Play style, yeah, that's fair, but like actual skill, no. Well, obviously not, but things glitching out. I just feel like Stephen Curry's got to prove that he can lead a team to the playoffs without, or even like lead a team successfully. Not even to make the playoffs, just prove that he's a true leader, because throughout the course of his career, he has had Kevin Durant, he has had Klay Thompson. He's always had a pretty good player. He's always had a good player on his team beside him. But this is just, the point is Curry's got at number 5. I have another debatable one. I do think the best player in the league. On my number 5, Luka will be the best player in the league. And I know some people would say about 2022 or 2023 is a fair estimate to say when he will be the best player in the league, but I think 2021 is gonna be Luka will be the best player in the league. Just because, like you saw in one of them, I think LeBron will take a little bit of a jump down. When I said it, I worded it wrong. I meant a jump down, not a jump up. Because he can't, because currently he can't get much better. The only thing LeBron can really improve at is his 3-point shot and his free throw. That's really, so like his shooting ability is really the only, just his all-around shooting. It's the only thing he can really work on. And I guess he could improve his defensive ability a little bit, but maybe, not really. He doesn't really need to improve his defensive ability. Oh my god. If you guys see the gameplay, that was a crazy shot. As you can see in the gameplay, Stephen Curry's a monster. But at number 4,
What do you number 4?
this is one that a lot of people, I think, will disagree with me, that Anthony Davis is, in my opinion, oh my god, these shots are filthy in the gameplay. Ooh. I think that Anthony Davis, the man, will win Defensive Player of the Year.
That's a neighbor.
It's not that ridiculous, but I think a lot of people would disagree. I think Bam Adebayo would be a lot of people's Defensive Player of the Year. I feel like, what's his name? Like Bam Embiid, even? If he takes a little bit of a jump. As you can see in the gameplay, Curry is looking like he's going to be in the Defensive Player of the Year argument. Just kidding, but you get the point. I feel like there's not much competition up against AD and Giannis. Sorry, I'm sorry, that was disrespectful. Giannis too. Like top 3, I think will look like Bam, Giannis, and AD. But at my number 3 spot, I think for Luka to be the greatest player of the 2020s, he needs to improve his defensive ability just a little bit. Because he's not a gross defender. It's not disgusting. I just think he can improve. Because if you're putting so much work into the offensive end, you can try a little bit in the defensive end, in my opinion. But I feel like he's a good enough defender to the point where it won't stain his career or anything. I just feel like for him to be, he will 100%, when it's all said and done, in my opinion, be a top 10 scorer of all time. And Trae Young, I think, will be a top 25 scorer of all time. I'm not as high on Trae Young as other people are. I am not very high on Trae Young. Well, I just said top 25 scorer of all time. Probably top 50 scorer of all time, or 75. Guarantee top 100 scorer of all time, though. I'm just not as high on Trae Young as other people are. I just feel like Trae Young's overrated. My number 3 spot, I have one that people are gonna get mad at me on. Drew Holiday is overrated. People are gonna hate me for that one, but I think Drew Holiday is overrated. And the only reason I think that is it's cause, well, I don't know, there's not like a specific reason. I just feel like he's in my opinion, the most overrated defensive player in the league. It's ridiculous. I think he's the most overrated defensive player in the league. He's up there with Kawhi, but I still think Kawhi's a top 10 defensive player of all time. Oh yeah, I didn't name Kawhi when I was talking about AD will win Defensive Player of the Year. I know Kawhi won't win it, but he'll be up there. And at my number 2 spot, another crazy one. KD will have the best season of his career. Now that sounds crazy, but I think the Nets are gonna have a crazy season. If you saw my prediction, I believe they made the finals. So I'm also gonna make a video get 2K's predictions tonight, and we'll compare our predictions between me and 2K and see who will win. And we'll see. And we'll compare them and see who wins, or see who you guys think in the chat who has had a better prediction, 2K or me. I'm hoping that you guys say me, because 2K is known for making a lot of stupid predictions in game, not in real life, but in game. They just some of the dumbest stuff, like the Hornets making the playoffs in 2K20. Sometimes there are some really stupid things that 2K does. They just do some really stupid stuff sometimes, or some really stupid stuff happens in my league sometimes.
What happened, Mommy?
I'll say stuff happens, but anyway, at the number 1 spot, people are gonna hate me for this, and I'll say it right now. People are going to hate me for this, but I'm just gonna open it up right now. My channel is gonna go down to 20 subscribers after this. but I think that whatchamacallit? I forgot what I was gonna say. From making it up so long, just sitting there. But I think that the GOAT is Kobe. And the reason I think people disagree with that is because most people have MJ or LeBron, but I got Kobe. Just kidding. No, that's not the actual one, because I think LeBron's the GOAT. But at my actual #1 spot, I think the most overrated player in NBA history is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I just said it. Giannis is the most overrated player in NBA history. I'll say it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 3 times. Giannis is the most overrated player in NBA history. And the main reason I say that is because in 2019 was rigged. 2020 was a robbery. And that's just what I think. I think 2019 was rigged. Harden averaged 36. No, I believe it was either 34 or 36 points a game. How do you not win MVP? And LeBron got robbed. LeBron got robbed. Giannis broke into his house with a crowbar. He got robbed. Big time robbed. The video will end. So I'll just keep talking about it. I just really think that Giannis is just overrated. I think it's been a bunch of robberies and rigs and stuff. I think it's been rigged. Especially rigged. Because at this point, I'm just thinking that everybody's voting Giannis, so he just wins 3 MVPs in a row. Because Giannis is not, and I'm going to say this as a fact, not as good as people make him seem. And I know Bucks fans won't admit that. Nobody will admit that, even if you hate the Bucks. Everybody thinks Giannis is just a spectacular player. That'll be the greatest of all time. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys